Great to have you. It is the Joe Pags Show. 1-800-383-9624, joepags.com. I'm glad that you've stopped by today. We are certainly talking about the return of my daughter, Gabby, and thank you so much for your love, your concern, your prayers. I would be remiss if I didn't mention Senator Ted Cruz and his personal call, Senator John Cornyn, a litany of members of Congress, the governor of the great state of Texas, Greg Abbott, reached out. I mean, we heard from so many great people. And, you feel as though it's undeserved. And then I get a great sense of, look, I've got a great level of guilt anyway because I'm daddy and I'm the protector. And that this happened is not easy to accept. I've also got a great level of guilt that because of what we've built over 30 years and because I've got a bit of a reach and I know some people, we were able to use a lot of resources that otherwise might not be used. I'll tell you this. Every member of law enforcement that worked this hard on getting my daughter back worked this hard on getting everybody back. That's for sure. But the reach alone, and Carrie, I talk about this all the time, and it's not easy for me to admit this, but social media is a saving grace in a situation like this.
Definitely.
You know I talk about how it can be the devil.
I know. We all know that. It's good and bad, but this was fantastic.
And by the way, out of those who reached out last week and over the past 5-6 days, 3 people said something negative. 3. One said, and again, keep in mind, I got 2 billion positive things, and I can't read them all. But of course, the 3 that were negative will stick out. One said, maybe you should spend less time bashing Democrats and pay attention to your kids, something like that. The second one was something about I'm making it up for publicity, which is just sick. I mean, the first one's just an idiot, but that would be so sick and disgusting. And the third one was I got a guy who contacted me, and he was listed in Canada, and he said, and this is after we got Gabby back. He wrote me and he said, I've got her and I killed her. And, there's a level of morbid, grotesque disgust that I've had for the past 6 days, and that guy made me understand that there is, honest to God, there's evil out there. We know that the end result in many cases like this is a negative one and a bad one. And again, we thank everybody who's been involved, and there's so many people listening and watching who want to talk and want to hash it out. I'm hoping, and I've got to check my email, even live here on television, and I apologize to those watching on television. And I'm trying to get the Attorney General on it. I just got notification that he can't come on today because of short notice. But I want to talk about sex trafficking. I want to talk about drug trafficking. I want to talk about, listen, little girls are being bought and sold across the globe. And the knowledge of what could have happened is what will keep me engaged in trying to help other families. So I'm going to go to the phone lines, 1-800-383-9624, joepags.com if you'd rather tweet or email or Facebook or whatever. We can do that as well. We'll continue to talk about this hour. And full disclosure, man, I paid no attention to the news. I just found out some world leader called Obama an SOB. Did that really happen?
Yeah, that did happen.
And now he's apologizing or something? Obama has jumped into the Kaepernick fray. He's jumped into that. I just found that out today. I also know that Donald Trump is leading in some polls.
Yes, he is.
And there's a new poll by a network that you wouldn't think would be, complimentary towards him. That poll he's leading. I just heard something about the number on the settlement Fox News is paying to Gretchen Carlson. Have you seen all this?
I have.
You know me. I'm usually on top of everything. I don't know squat, man.
Yeah,
I just learned this right before the show. So we'll talk about, we'll start to move back into issues, topics. We'll have some fun. But I know the kind of grip this story had on so many people. And I want to make sure that I don't give anybody short shrift and we take the proper amount of time to talk about this. Let me go to my good friend AJ, who's on line 3. AJ.
Big time Motown, Joe. Boy, I'm so glad to say that again.
Right.
Because, man, I tell you, Gabby, we love you, girl. And Dag Nabbit, I'm just a peon. But, Joe, you know you could have. If I could have, I would have. And I dang on would have did anything to help you. But we had your back all the way. And thank God she's safe. And for them idiots Well, you know, we can't say it on the radio. What we would
can't.
like to say,
Yeah,
we
we
like
can't.
to be at the bar to say what we need to say for them 3 idiots. I had to get on one of my dang on self. I tweeted out to a knucklehead. I'm like, are you, the big time Joe? Don't even worry about them. We got her back. We glad. And then just do what you got to do to the knucklehead, and that's all that is.
Hey, AJ, hey, listen, I go to bed at night knowing that if I said the word, there are people like you who have my back so hard, we jump in a car, we'd go to Mexico if we had to. I know that
Big time.
beyond the shadow of a doubt.
Big time. And you know it. Big time. I done dropped everything and went with you, Big Daddy. No problem at all. I ain't but a peon, but God dang it, my main man and Gabby, I dang any of those daughters I would have.
Absolutely.
They just like our girls, Big Time Joe.
And I do it for you, AJ, all day long, man.
Hey, love you, man. I
Love
know
you too.
you're hitting it, but we'll get back to the great ground for them idiots that's on the
All right, brother, we'll talk soon,
Love
AJ.
you, Gabby.
All right.
You dang on it. Love you, baby.
Yeah, she loves you too. All right, brother. See that? AJ would have, listen, could you imagine AJ and me going cross country and going international and going and helping
That
out?
would have been a
And I'm
sight.
telling you, it could have happened. He would have done it in a heartbeat.
He would have, absolutely.
You know, and again, I mean, AJ's been with us for 8 or 9 years, man, and every time we key the microphone, we know we have a listener and a friend and a brother and somebody who's that concerned about my family as he is for his own family, and it feels good. And I know there are a lot of you out there, and I can't thank you enough. 1-800-383-9624, joepags.com. We'll continue talking about this. A lot of people want to be heard. We'll be back right after this.
Don't be